Hey everyone. I'm still feeling that. Welcome. According to my computer screen, it is October 27th, 2025. And this is the hour where we have entitled Where the Rubber Meets the Road, where I tend to pick, or something through me, picks just a simple idea. Like I open the book at random and watch where my eyes land, and then we look at it, um, talk about, there's a lot of energy moving around here. We talk about how we can utilize it as we go about our day-to-day experience. This one's going to be really personal. I did open the book at random, and until this morning, I didn't know how it was going to go. So what's going to happen is I'm going to read it. I know that I send out the paragraph, the section. A lot of people read what's before and after. I got to tell you, I stuck with just the paragraph. I am going to read these few sentences, the ones that I put in the email this weekend. I'm going to play us a song, and then I'm going to talk about how it's affecting me. And then we hand things to Andrew, and then we open it up. Yeah, there's some tears here, and you'll. All right, here are the lines. The treachery of specialness. Comparison must be an ego device, for love makes none. Specialness always makes comparisons. It is established by a lack seen in another and maintained by searching for and keeping clear in sight all lacks it can perceive. Sandra's not here, but I just want to say it. It's Sandra's voice whenever I hear these words. The Course is true. So it's not just an intellectual exercise, right? What is being pointed to in the Course is true. It's more real than the story you have about yourself. So hold that in mind, yeah? It is established by a lack seen in another and maintained by searching for and keeping clear in sight all lacks it can perceive. This does it seek, and this it looks upon. And always, whom it thus diminishes would be your Savior, had you not chosen to make of him instead a tiny measure of your specialness. Against the littleness you see in him, you stand as tall and stately and clean and honest, pure and unsullied by comparison with what you see. Nor do you understand it is yourself that you diminish thus. So I am going to play the song that I've played it here more than once, but it is the song that lit up for me. I'd like to suggest, if you can, to watch the video as you listen to the song. It's only a couple of minutes long, and here it is.
See me beautiful, look for the best in me. It's what I really am, and all I wanna be. It may take some time, it may be hard to find, but see me beautiful. See me beautiful each and every day. Could you take a chance? Could you find a way to see me shining through in everything I do and see me beautiful? See me beautiful, look for the best in me. It's what I really am and all I wanna be. It may take some time, it may be hard to find, but see me beautiful. See me beautiful each and every day. Could you take a chance? Could you find a way to see me shining through in everything I do and see me beautiful?
So, specialness, the treachery of specialness, essentially states that what I am is not you. Good, bad, right or wrong. It says that we're separate from, I'm enjoying the words of the guides. So the guides will tell me that whenever we see somebody else as separate, there is fear here, not in them, by the way. We can only, I mean, the Course clearly states that the world is a projection. So the moment you hear your mind say, they are afraid, I wish I can help, you've just projected, okay? So the moment you see someone separate, you are feeding a belief in fear. The other thing that the Course, the other thing that the guides state, the Course does too, and all the other teachings that I love, is so there's separate, there's fear. The other things that the guides have so clearly stated that it's in my head all the time, it's like my daily practice now. They say, when you see anything separate, there is fear. I can go ahead and I've been asking, all right, let me have the experience, let it express. They say where you're seeing separation and fear, you're holding and feeding a belief that there's someplace God is not. Let's keep this really simple and clear, okay? So intellectually, I do believe everyone in this room accepts that, right? We hold on to that. So let me tell you some of the things that I've learned about just in the last couple of days. And as I say that out loud, in this really quiet space we're in, go ahead and see how quickly you see how quickly you get pulled into this sense of, man, that's my friends whom I love. I wish I could help them. Or I'm glad that's not my experience, or any of those things. Do you see the exercise I'm inviting you to? And just note that based on like every conversation we have in an open door, that always comes from a belief in specialists, okay? So let's start with Nadego. Got an email, a number of us got an email from Nadego this weekend. Her mom's in the hospital. Her sister's taking care of things. There's testing, we don't know what's wrong. So Nadega's mother's in the hospital. Sent me, my mother's in the hospital. My heart aches. Speaking to my friend Lori this morning, she told me she got an email from Barbie, who has a compression fracture in her back, could hardly move, trouble breathing. It's not getting really out of bed and is in a lot of pain. So the story is our friend Barbie. Are you feeling? Wow, that's not me. I am feeling for my friend. who has a compression fracture in her back. I wish there was something I could do for her. I had a chat with August last night. He's experiencing a lot of fear. Without going into details, man, he's hiding in a room somewhere, didn't even want to turn his devices on for fear of being like, I don't like the details don't really matter. But what I can tell you is our beloved friend, do you see him as someone outside of us, was communicating to me a couple things. Number one, he was communicating so much fear that he was locked in a room and was afraid to turn on his device. And two, once he turned on this device, he was surprised. He was surprised by all the messages he received from all of us, a number of us, right? He said to me, and this broke my heart, I didn't think anybody would notice I was gone. Again, let's remember again that these are all the last 48 hours, right? Based on this teaching that specialness only occurs in the belief of separation. There's a comparison. There's a me, there's a not me. There's a here, a not here. But how quickly does our system want to say, well, that's, I'm feeling for my friend, but it's not me. I'm just pointing it out. And then, I started crying. I go to Instagram. There's one woman that I follow. She's a dog. She rescues dogs in Brooklyn. She's the most amazing being. And this morning, she was crying hysterically on Instagram, a recent dog who was like a gorgeous dog who had been severely abused and starved. And she's been nursing, only had Whimsy for 5 or 6 days, was on a walk with this dog. And the dog turned and bit another dog real fast this morning. And this woman who is all full of love, who I adore, was crying hysterically. The dog that Whimsy bit was crying, screaming, and the people that own the dog was screaming at her. She's like, she doesn't like, the whole experience sounded like such a nightmare, and it broke my heart here. And there's also this feeling of overwhelm, that this information in this teaching is all arising, right? So the teaching states that there's no separation. There's no specialness. It comes back to this belief in, where is this suffering taking place, and how am I feeling it? What's interesting, and then I'll hand things over to Andrew, is the part of my mind that says there's nothing I could do about any of this no longer exists. Probably because I've been hanging out with the guides so long. So I allow all of that, like, this is the story. It all comes up. There's something here that feels it. I'm not going to pretend that Cindy doesn't still feel separate, right? Well, what do I do? What am I inviting us all to do now? Number one, word, I am word. Word, I am wording through the appearance of suffering in my friends and my brothers and sisters in the world out there. And I allow the feeling of that, remembering that the word is the divine in action. So I'm literally stating, yep, I feel separate. There's a maternal instinct in me right now that wants to get on a plane and go find August and just hold him. That's what I want to do. Word, I am word. I am word through this apparent suffering in another. And then again, the guides, right? We can ask for the atonement, the forgiveness, but I'm sitting here feeling like, well, according to the teachings, which I spend all my time with these days, right? The guide's newest attunements go like this: I am in God. It's Course in Miracles teaching, and you just sit in this understanding that no matter how separate I feel from all of this apparent suffering in the moment, we're all immersed in the spirit and in the oneness and in God, whatever you want to call this benevolent divine. I am in God. That's the first statement. The second statement, I am as God. It reminds me, I go back to Helen Hamilton, that even though I'm feeling separate, I'm not. form and formless is made of the same stuff. I am in God. I am as God. I am with God. I align my will to God's will. And then after that, and there's chills here, what remains here that doesn't think that's enough? That's where it gets kind of funny, right? What egoic sense of specialness is held in Cindy's system right now that thinks God can't handle this? That there is something separate here that is justified in feeling fear and worry and concern for these beings that I love so much. And so that's the cycle. That's like this cycle that I am invested in staying focused and pulling myself back into over and over and over again. The thought, like a thought of August comes up, I feel a contraction, a fear, a wishing there's something I could do. Oh, yeah, there's something I can do. Word, I am word through all thoughts of August. We are in God. We are as God. We are with God. And so that's the treachery of specialness that occurs in the belief in a separate world, in the dream world. And where I am right now, the dream world is a little overwhelming. And so I am choosing to step away from the sandbox and trust the teachings and put them to practice every time I notice the thinking mind trying to pull me somewhere else. At least for right now. And that's what I got. Hey, Andrew, what do you got?
Hello, Cindy. Hello, everyone. I love you all. Hopefully, August is going to watch the replay and he'll know that he's in everyone's thoughts, and we wish him well. Yeah, Cindy. Well, you just demonstrated how it's a process. It's not just a simple thing. You know, Jesus tells us that every path eventually leads to heaven. The course is the shortcut. You know, you can go up this long winding road that's a gradual slope, and it can take many generations. Or you can go up the ladder. Now we have a heavy load that we're trying to climb up this ladder with. It's straight, but it's not easy. So the course is simple, but it's not easy. So it's a process we have to continue working with. Now, this section tells us, is very clear that specialness, the belief in specialness, is what keeps us separate. Because, you know, I have something you don't have, and you have something I don't have, and we believe we're all separate. But how can we be separate if we're all alive and life comes from God? And God creates by giving his all to his creation. So we have everything. That means we have each other. We're all one. We just can't see it through this belief in specialness. And we can just continue following the course, doing the practice. And once again, I love you all. That's all I got right now, Cindy.
Thank you, Andrew. For those who don't know, this is when the room just opens up for whatever happens next. And the other thing I got, by the way, is a picture from Sandra. So not all the news I got in the last 48 hours was sad. She sent me a gorgeous picture of a mountain and the hiking and just the beauty of her vacations. Josephine, did you just unmute like you're going to share?
No, I'm trying to adjust my visual.
Oh,
But
well, you
may-
unmuted, so that must mean there's something to share.
Well, okay. I'm just so happy to be able to tune in because, as I said, family is visiting and it's a constant disruption. But I'm trying to fix my I call them earplugs, and the volume was so high or so low, and I fidget, and I get very impatient with myself because I have to have things be just right. I can't just relax and say, hey, whatever, just listen and learn. Um, and so I am, what I have to say is that I'm so happy that I can tune in. And during this whole week, I'm going to try to tune in as much as I can. And I'm feeling a lot of gratitude for everything that I'm going to say learn, but it's more than learn. I think the right word is receive what I receive from all of you. Um, and what underlines it all is a sense of love and acceptance. And no matter what, I love that you accept one another, that you love one another. And then when I include myself in that collective, I feel loved. So there's a dynamic with this group that doesn't happen with most groups. So I just want to express that. It's not so much the learning, but it's about the sharing and it's the emotional sharing. And so I'm full of gratitude. And that's my say.
Love it. Nadego, how's your mom?
Hi everyone. I'm just so blessed to be here with all of you and to know this love that we all are. So she's at the hospital. She's doing, I think now, like a physical therapy. Um she doesn't really, I don't know. She doesn't want people to like help her. I don't understand it actually. For me, I'm like, I'm I'm like, let's get help. But I also have to just let her do whatever she needs to do too. Or I it's a challenge, but it's okay because I know that that is perfect. I know that everything is perfect. I know that I don't need to understand it. I just know I can send my love, and um it's just, to me, it's just amazing that we're all together, and it's just amazing to know this teaching, and it's amazing to know this love that we all are. And it's amazing to even to see the discomfort. It's amazing to see the confusion. That's what I'm starting to learn, is that that's here for me too. All of it's here for me. Everything is here for me. And I can love all of it. And I don't need to understand it. I can just let it just be and just love it, whatever it is. So I'm just so grateful for you, everyone, my family. I'm just so grateful for everything. And that's what I'm learning more and more, is that everything is love in here for me. So she's seeing, she's now going to start doing physical therapy Um, so, and I want to help her, and I want her to do things, and I'm learning, okay, just follow her direction and let her do whatever she thinks she needs to do, that it's okay. And just to love her wherever and wherever and whatever she's going through. So that's what I'm just like, I don't need to know. I don't need to understand it. I can just show her my love and just trust it. So I'm just so grateful for everyone. So thank you so much, everyone. It's just been such a gift to be here with you. So just thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. You know what's going to happen if no one raises their hand? Cindy's going to just start voluntelling people. I don't know. There. Hey, Livy. I know that's an Al-Anon statement, voluntelling. I don't know if that's in in other 12-step programs or just Al-Anon.
No, I think it's pretty rampant through the 12-step community. All of them. No, I just wanted, I know that we are all one. And I know that my heart breaks. And in the form. And that's it just because I used to run from that. I didn't want to feel. I didn't want to hurt. I didn't want to feel pain. And I have a family member who had a very big loss in her life 7 months ago. And I spent the weekend with her. Asher was inducted as the posthumously. I'm not saying that correctly, but he was the youngest member to be inducted into the Low Country Music Hall of Fame here in South Carolina. And it was wonderful to get to be there. And it's incredibly difficult watching his mom hurt and just allow my heart to hurt. And knowing that she's exactly where she has everything she needs. She has so much love. She just doesn't know it. And so I just want to, and I don't want to lose heartache. It's just it's never been a forte of mine of allowing my heart to hurt. And so it's just getting to have that and trusting that she has everything she needs. And so anyway, I just wanted to share that learning how to be in the world and not of the world, and allow my heart to break and the tears and the sadness to come is just a natural part of the human experience. And it's just one that I haven't ever been really comfortable with. So just wanted to be transparent and kind of let y'all know where I am right now. So anyway, I sure do love y'all. Sure do look forward to being with you. And Dago, I'm keeping your mom so close in my prayers, and love and prayers to you as well, my dear friend. Thank you for all your reminders. I needed to hear everything that you said today. And being a good alcoholic, I can always make it about me. And so thank you, prayers to you and prayers for August and for our dear Barbie. So really grateful to be with y'all today. Thanks for letting me share.
Thank you. As I was listening to you, I was reminded again of what a big part of my current practice. I could be sitting here and recognizing that I see separation. Like, I'm not Barbie. I'm I'm not August. I'm not this woman Isabel who had this incident with the dog. I'm not Nadega's mom or like I could feel that and I could surrender that and then move into this sense of pain and anguish for the apparent suffering. And then this next stage again is okay, so this is me feeling like I'm one with all my brothers, but I'm now feeling the separation from the peace or the divine intelligence. And that too is a form of specialness and separation, and the willingness to surrender it all into the bucket, into that divine sense of knowing all is well. And there is no one, myself or anyone else, that is having this experience. It's just the experience happening. We have so many great words that have come out of this meeting. All right, I'm handing things over to Amy and then Lonnie. And yeah, hey Amy, love you.
Trying to find my unmute button there. What comes to me, or part of what came to me, besides being really happy to be here this morning and wanting to say hi to everybody. And I love Monday mornings when we all get back together again. It feels like, to me, it feels in my heart, there's a lot of heart stuff going on in this beautiful collective of the one this morning. And I just want to recognize that it's a real flavor that's moving through us all. And so I really appreciate, yeah, I'm going to do a Sandra here. I appreciate you all reminding me that my heart can feel and that I can even find joy and beauty in the depth of feeling that can arise through this this awareness here, because it really is beautiful and it reminds me that I'm alive. And Dago, I do wish your mom well as well. It's always hard when our mother is we're so tied to our mothers. We don't usually have that at the top of our mind. But when the cord looks like it's getting frayed or maybe not as strong as it was, it sometimes can be a really powerful reminder. And it also reminds me of Andrew Holbeck, who said he talks to his mom even though his mom's not in the body anymore. So one of the things that came to me with what you were saying, Cindy, is the question, what is the difference between discernment and seeing separately? Specialness. What's the difference between specialness and discernment? Specialness would seem to see the other person as separate, but it's still a worthy observation, I guess, to appreciate the uniqueness that the absolute takes in all of its different forms. And so that would be, to me, that would be discernment. Specialness judges and discernment notices and is aware and specialness would look for the lack, but discernment would see things as already whole, which brings me back to, the same thing when I heard you talk to August. I was kind of like, wow. Part of me is angry to hear that he turned his fucking phone off. How special is that? I just want to call him on the carpet. Why do I want it? Because I love him, and I don't want him to be alone. I sent him an email or a message. I don't know if he got it or not, but basically told him we all missed his ass and we wanted him to get back here. And then I tried to call him, and there wasn't any way to reach him. And so I felt frustration about that, but that's my lack, that's August beloved, who is reminding me that I still think I could be separated from him. I don't need to call or text. I can just hold him in my heart. That's really the truth of it. And that's pulls me back into the laws of the kingdom. And I just thought I would remind us of that, because it says to heal is the only kind of thinking in this world that resembles the thought of God. And because of the elements which they share can transfer to it. When a brother perceives himself or a sister as sick, she is perceiving herself as not whole and therefore in need. So I thought I would just share that. And then it says, if you too see him this way, you are seeing him as if he's absent from the kingdom or separated from it, and thus making the kingdom itself obscure to both of you. So I thought I would remind us of that. It's really a balancing act, all of this. It's such a beautiful harmony, all of the whole thing. So yeah, thank you, Andrew. And thank you all. Love us all.
I just got a text from Barbie that said hugs. Do you think like I sent her a text this morning after I talked to Lori, and she just this moment responded, and she's part of this energy of feeling separate.
I just sent her an email, and I said, we're all talking about you and we miss you. And we understand that your back isn't doing well, and I don't want to bug you, but we would love to see you.
Yeah, she just this moment. I got like I was looking because we were talking about August, the separate self August. So I wanted to see if it was him, but it was Barbie. So
yeah.
we are bringing everyone back into this one space, right? Lonnie's in the house.
Yeah, Deb, that's chapter 7, section 1, the laws of the kingdom. That's the first paragraph.
And that's sort of what's going on Thursdays. Deb, have you been to Amy's teaching on Thursday afternoons yet? If you're free at 4, where she's
I'll have to check with Rick whether I've been there or not. I've been to a lot of places. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, Lonnie, the floor is yours.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. To come here and find out this is where you're all hanging out at. All these faces that I know. So there was that. As I sat here today, I've just been, first I was so very and overwhelmed in the best possible way with the energy of the room and the frequency of love that exists here. And, it's so amazing that in all the places we are across the world, that this frequency can be shared, which is just one great big sign of the truth. And as I wanted to listen for a while just to hear. And this week, when I saw you guys on Friday, Amy and Cindy, I said, I'm devoting this week to just being and working with, presence and spirit. And so today I've been allowing myself to completely be led. I had no intention of really coming here today. 15 minutes before I got here, I put it in the calendar for a weekly visit because that's just kind of what the invite was to do. As I listened this morning, and I'm just really very walking in this just right here, right now kind of place. I fell into this thing as I listened to what is going on with everybody and the stories and beloved August. who immediately when his name came up, I started just energetically saying, come home. Just come home. But then with everything else, I'm listening, and then I realized, oh, wow, the lens I'm listening through is a skewed lens. It's an old lens because it was a lens of, why am I not feeling what everybody else is feeling? So I kind of had to move over to the lens I've been invited to walk with, and that I've been walking through a little over a year now of just in the witnessing, because that's really how I've been existing. And I realized that as I listened to the stories, as I listened to the song and witnessed, thank you for saying, watch the video. As I listened to all of you and the stories you told, that in the witnessing, I was trying to see where did that place come, because I didn't seem to be feeling what everyone else was feeling or reacting to or in the same way. And then it hit me. I guess it was when Indigo was talking. I don't see any of this as suffering. I choose not to stand in witnessing as suffering, that another calls it suffering as their call. I see transition, I see growth, I see change. I see love in action and evolution. And I was like, holy shit, I'm walking around here looking at my safe self saying, what the hell is wrong with you? When actually nothing is wrong with you. I'm finally seeing and hearing and feeling and being. I have no greater gratitude than this for this moment than that I can talk about. And just sharing it with all of you and thanking you for it. Because I've been walking like this for a couple of weeks now. What's wrong with you? Ain't nothing wrong with me. So I think I am complete with that. I might come back later, who knows? But thank you all so much.
No, there's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with any of us, right? All right, Richard, we all want to hear your voice. We want to know how you're breathing. All that other fun thing that happens when
Hi,
we're
everybody. I love us all. I'm better every day in every way.
Okay.
So, I race subject, specialness and comparison. Wonderful subjects for discussion. Suffering. I'm prompted to talk about suffering. Alani, welcome again. I love your discovery this morning. So I also choose not to suffer. So even though I may be experiencing other than I would have chosen as a separate self to experience, I don't have to suffer. As Indigo reminds us every time she shares, it's here for my good, whether I understand it or not. So what I'm currently experiencing is here for my good. I don't know why I choose pain. I don't know why but it's here for my good. So I'm dealing with them. So that means we're all one, and we're all different manifestations of the one. We're a separate wave in the ocean, so to speak. And as separate waves, we have our own path. And our own path is full of experiences to keep us reminding ourselves of what we really are. And some of us have to suffer before we're willing to accept the truth of what we really are. And God bless our brothers and sisters that choose suffering instead of light and love. The Course says I'm the light of the world. The Course says I'm love. My job is just to be that. from moment to moment, as William says, to be the light and be the love. If I take a detour for a minute and go, oh, I'm going to suffer because someone I know in the dream who I'm one with is suffering. Therefore, I'm going to choose to suffer with them. Then I'm really special. Then I'm a holy ego. I want to make them feel better because that's the way I am. That's what my love says. That's what my compassion says. That's bullshit. I'm saying I'm a separate self, and therefore I need to help somebody else who suffered from me. That's bullshit. We're all one. So as Lonnie so graciously said, I choose to let everyone be who they are, choose the path that they choose, and experience what they experience, whether that's good, bad, or indifferent. And I send the light, I see the light in them, and I send the love that I am to them, regardless of whether their experience is good or bad. And that's what I mean when I say I love us all, because we're only one. And I remember a year or so ago, I shared with the group when I look at our collective on the screen, I see us all as beams of light. Some of her, and the beams change. The intensity of the light changes from moment to moment. So at one moment, all of us, some of us may be shining really bright, and others are not as bright. And that's, I think, part of our experience as a mind-body, that we are in fact light. And how bright the light we are shines is where our mind is in the present moment. The more it's in the truth of what we are, the brighter the light. So I wish us all to be the brightest light we can be, moment to moment. Love us all, and thanks for letting me share.
Thank you for sharing. Andrew, please.
Thank everyone. I thank you all for sharing. You all reminded me something else that is in this section, and that is everyone we see that's apart from us and we judge can be our savior. So you are all my savior, and I appreciate that. Thank you for being my savior.
If it's the only reason I exist ever, then it's enough. Livy's got her hand up.
She does, and yeah, sorry about the food. Thank you so much for that, Andrew, because one thing that I have had a realization about recently is that even the relationships that have been in my life that would from the outside be termed abusive or not good or whatever, that every being that I have met up to today, there has been a gift. And that has been a real gift to realize that there are no coincidences. And so I really love that. And I, you know, when I leave the house now, I do, and if it's going to the store or if it, you know, whatever seeming activities need to be done, I just pray to remind just that to be flexible with my time, because why I'm going out may not even be why I'm going out. That's just the purpose I think I need to do. But I just want to thank you for that, because I'm really seeing how every encounter I've had in my life has given me a gift. And so just wanted to thank you for that reminder, Andrew. Thank you.
Go for it, Lonnie.
Libby, when you started speaking, what screamed at me is it's all perspective. It's all in the choice of what we choose to call it or name it as we witness it, or if we choose to call it or name it. You know, if we call it suffering, then we're standing in the same thing of wishing it was something other than what it was, what it is in the moment, you know? So it just screamed at me that it's really, I'm so finely attuned right now to integrity of word and how we use our words to create our realities and our realities of how we walk and move with everything that we walk and move with and through. And so for me, every time I hear chaos, the chaos, I hear the transition. I feel the transitioning. And when I hear the suffering, I recognize that of the mishmash of what that is for that person, but I feel no invitation to join it. Or to even that they name it, that doesn't mean I have to. And therein lies the freedom. So thank you. It just brought that, it's all perspective and what we choose, how each of us as the expression chooses to walk with it in word, as word.
Well, William, I am just beyond grateful that we get to hear your voice this morning.
First thought, I see how I treat this group as special. And that's kind of a wake-up call to me. And then I see as I sit here that I'm in, it seems like my silence, just receiving all this. But that's not quite true either. And there are 3 quotes I came across this morning. And what I'm seeing is that it's like I'm either in the moment now or I'm in my imagination. And I just love this quote by Nisargadatta. Once you know with absolute certainty that nothing can trouble you but your own imagination, you come to disregard your desires and fears, concepts and ideas, and live by truth alone. And what I'm seeing is, what if every one of us suddenly, our body, minds, just, we all quit. No more suffering. And yet what I see is that it's the suffering that makes me feel one and inclusive everyone. That's how I connect in the now. If when somebody else is crying, I just love their being so present with their sadness, with their love, because I know that those moments when I've cried, that's when I felt most alive, most connected, most loving, most here now. It's like nothing else really mattered then. So I guess what I'm saying is I'm finding myself so much more willing to look at the imagination that I'm constantly either in the now or I'm creating a narrative about the now. And that just hit home with me. Oh, you're creating your narrative. I'm creating mine. You know, I can feel connected with you, but I don't need to change yours. And I'm so relieved you don't need to change mine, because it's just our imaginations. And oh my God, I feel so connected now with this moment. And I love at times seeing myself as a little weed for whatever reason. And when there's the next little weed is suffering, I can feel that. When there's a weed way over here, I'm part of that. I'm part of it. It's all one. Now it does it. It does everything. All I need to do is be aware of when I'm in my imagination, love it, and let go. So I just love the opportunity that's always here to be here now.
I am inspired to end our hour together with a little bit of reading. I'm leading the gathering at Awakening Together on November 9th. And didn't know we were going to move into suffering. I thought we were talking about specialness. But the title of the gathering that I'm leading at Awakening Together on the 9th is The End of Suffering. I kid you not, I have it all written down. The reading is from this book here, Falling from Grace, Adyashanti. The reading. In the reading, sorry. He talks about suffering. Sorry. Wow. But that's not what I want to read. This is towards the end. Take a moment and imagine that there is no time. Take a moment to just let go of tomorrow. What if letting go of suffering was impossible tomorrow? That today, even right now, was all you had, and you had nothing else but today. All of a sudden, you would look at your whole existence through completely different eyes. See if you can feel what it is to exist only now. See what it's like to completely take tomorrow and yesterday out of the picture. He goes on to say that you can't do it, by the way, because it's grace that allows for that, but the willingness to accept that our attachment to our story is an addiction. And he goes on to talk about all sorts of things. It's a wonderful reading. I feel like we changed the world, which actually we do every time we're willing to come together and let go of some level of fear. It's going to be a slightly longer channeling session this afternoon. I typically don't choose channeling sessions that are 40 minutes long, but I got to tell you that when I heard this one this weekend, I went to sleep with it a couple hours after it was channeled, and then I went to listen to it this morning, and I sat and I got pulled right into it. It took me out of time, and I feel to play it at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time this afternoon, so we will. And then we meet, see you at 3, and then we'll meet again tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern for Training Wheels, and then noon for 12 stepping. And I'm going to turn the recording off. Man, I love us. There we go.